Welcome to class. Today we're looking at exponential equations leading to quadratic equations. So let's go. So here's our first question. Find x if 2 raised power 2x minus 10 to bracket 2 raised power x plus 9 equals to 0. So I'll be talking about some background laws of indices. Like this 3 raised power 2x, we are going to apply this law. Remember this law, x raised power a close brackets b is the same thing as saying x raised to power b close bracket a, and both of them will give me x raised to power ab. So what I will do there is that if I have 2 raised to power 2x, this is the same as saying 3 raised to power x close bracket 2, or I might as well say it's the same as saying 3 raised to power square raised to power x. So I'm going to go with this because I have 2 raised to power x here. So 3 raised to power 2x will change to 3 raised to power x all squared minus 10 to bracket 3 raised to power x plus 9 is equals to 0. Now what do you observe here? You observe that there's 3 raised to power x here and there's 3 raised to power x here. So what I will do is that I will say put, or I can say let, put 3 raised to power x as p. If 3 raised to power x is p, so I will have p squared minus 10p plus 9 is equals to 0. So what that means is that anywhere I see 3 raised to power x, I'll write it as p. So this is a quadratic equation. How can we do this? I made a video on this, so you can watch our check our page for a video on quadratic expression. But let's quickly recap it. There's an invisible one here, so this times this, that's plus 9p squared. So that means we look for the product of plus 9 and sum of minus 10. More like, you think of two numbers that when you multiply them together you get plus 9, and when you add them together you get minus 10. Such numbers are minus 9 and minus 1. Let's check it. Minus 1 times minus 9, that gives me plus 9. If I add it together, minus 9 plus minus 1, that gives me minus 10. So since I have p squared here, the two factors are minus 1 and minus 9. So since I have p squared here, I'll show you the shortcut of getting the answer. So I'll just open a bracket, close the bracket, open a bracket, close the bracket, equals to 0. I have p squared here, so I will have p. What are the factors? What are the factors that I got? Minus 9, minus 1. So this is more like p minus 9 equals to 0, or p minus 1 equals to 0. So that means p equals to 0 plus 9, or p equals to 0 plus 1. So that's more like p equals to 9 or 1. But mind you, we are not asked to find x. We are not asked to find p. Sorry, we are asked to find x, as you can see. So I'll just say, let me hold this place. So I'll just say, recall that 3 raised to power x, 3 raised to power x is p. So that's 3 raised to power x. What are the values of p? When p was 9, or to the power x when p is 1. So this will give me, so I will change this what is called LCB, lowest common base. So I can express 9 in terms of base 3. So that will give me 3 to the power x is equals to 3 to the power 2. Or I can express 1 in terms of lowest common base of 3. That's 3 to the power x equals to 3 to the power 0. Because n to the power 0 is 1. So this cancel this. So I have my x equals to 2 or x equals to 0. So that's the end of that question. So let's look at another question so I can understand better. Question number 2. Number 2, how do we solve this? How do we solve this? This is very simple. Number 2, let me give you a background law here. You remember this law, if you have x to the power a times s to the power b, it will give us s to the power a plus b. Or more like, if I reverse it, if I have s to the power a plus b, this can break into s to the power a times s to the power b, like vice versa. So if I have 3 raised to the power 2x plus 2, this can break into 3 raised to the power 2x times 3 raised to the power 2. So that's what I will do here. So my first line, this one here, will break into 3 raised to the power 2x times 3 raised to the power 2 minus 10 bracket. So this one here, we have 2 raised to the power x plus 1. I will also apply the same thing. 3 raised to the power x plus 1 can as well break into 2 raised to the power x times 3 raised to the power 1. So 2 bracket 2 raised to the power x times 3 raised to the power 1 plus 9 equals to 0. So I'm only applying law of unity to solve them. So this will change to, I've done this before, 3 raised to the power 2x, this will change to 3 raised to the power x all squared. We have explained that in example 1 times 3 raised to the power 2 will give us 9 minus 10 to bracket 3 raised to the power x times 3 raised to the power 1 actually means 3 plus 9 equals to 0. So what you observe, you can see that I have 2 raised to the power x here. I have 2 raised to the power x here. So I will say let's, or I can use the word put 3 raised to the power x as, let me use letter m this time around as m. I can use p, I can use a, I can use whatever. So if I have m, this one will change to m squared times 9. That means anywhere I see 3 raised to the power x, I put it as m. So that this will give me m squared times 9 minus 10, open a bracket, m times 3 plus 9 is equal to 0. So that will give me 9m squared minus 3 times m, that will give me 3m. 3m times 10, that gives me minus 30m plus 9 is equal to 0. So as you can see from here, something can go in 9, in 30, and in plus 9. So that's 3. So I'll say divide all 2 by 3. So if I divide all 2 by 3, if I divide everything by 3, if I divide 9m squared by 3, I will have 3m squared. If I divide 30m by 3, I have 10m plus, if I divide 9 by 3, I have plus 3 equals to 0. So this is a quadratic equation, this case 2, when our a is not equals to 1. So I'll times this times this. So that gives me 3m squared times plus 3, that will give me plus 9m squared, plus 9m squared. So that's a case of product of plus 9 and the sum of minus 10. So think of two numbers that when you multiply them together, you get plus 9, and when you add them together, you get minus 10. Such numbers are still minus 9 and minus 1. If you do that, you get plus 9. If you multiply it together, you get plus 9. If you add it together, minus 9 plus minus 1, you get minus 10. So the quadratic equation here will have been of open a bracket, open a bracket, open a bracket, open a bracket equals to 0. What do you observe here? Let me hold this side. What do you observe here? You discover that we have 3m squared here. So I'm using the shortcut. So this will be 3m, 3m. What are the factors? They are minus 9 and minus 1. So I can reduce this 3m minus 9. The HCF of 3 and 9 here is 3. So this can reduce into 3m over 3 minus 9 over 3, because something can go there. The HCF of 3 and 1 here is 1. So that will remain the same. 3m minus 1 is equal to 0. I actually make a video on quadratic expression, so you can check our page for that video for more explanation. So that gives you m minus 3 bracket 3m minus 1 is to 0. So by the time you solve that, you have m minus 3 equals to 0, or 3m minus 1 equals to 0. So m equals to, if this move to the other side, I have 3, or 3m is equals to 1. So m equals to 3, or m equals to 1 over 3. Now, like you know, we are not asked to find m, we are asked to find x. So I will say recall that 3 raised power x equals to m. So I'll do for both of them. When m is 3, or when m is 3 raised power x, when m is 1 over 3. So lowest common base of this is 3 raised power 1. So s equals to 1. This is more like 3 raised power x. Here I'm going to apply law of indices. Look at this law here. I don't know if you remember this law. S raised power minus a will give us 1 over x raised power a. Then vice versa, 1 over s raised power a will give us s raised power minus a. So 1 over 3 raised power 1 to give us 3 raised power minus 1. So this will give us 3 raised power minus 1. So this cancels this. So my answers are s equals to 1 or minus 1. So that is number 2. Let's solve number 3. Let's solve number 3. Number 3 says s raised power 2 over 3 minus 5 s raised power 1 over 3 plus 6. So what I'll just do here is that I will change this to s raised power 1 over 3. So this will become s raised power 1 over 3 all squared. I've explained that before. That is 2 times 1 over 3 will give me 2 over 3 minus 5x raised power 1 over 3 plus 6 equals to 0. So you can see that s raised power 1 over 3 is there, s power 1 over 3 is there. So I will say let s raised power 1 over 3 is equals to, let me use k. So this will be k squared minus 5k plus 6